And you're very welcome back to the Agriland Pavilion here at the National Ploughing Championships, where we're focusing this afternoon on the whole area of agtech. And I'm delighted to be joined by Alan Heaney, and Alan is the co-owner and founder of the Lely Centre in Mullingar and also of Efficient Farm Systems. Alan, thanks so much for taking the time out to join us. Very busy for the last few days here at Ratheniska.
It's been an incredible 3 days, super event, well organised, great weather, you know, a little bit of rain today, but look, the interested people are still getting into the stands, asking the right questions and researching different products. So look, it's been a great day and great to be back out again in Ratheniska and back at the Ploughing.
Yeah, and speaking to companies over the last few days, and I think our teams going out about on site, it's great to be meeting people in person, isn't it? It makes all the difference. You know, we're obviously first time back here since 2019 at the National Ploughing Championship, so it is important to meet people face to face and make those relationships.
Absolutely, and there's only so many Zoom calls or meetings you can have, or Skypes or telephone calls. It's
just
great.
By talking about technology, but you know.
I know, it's a bit ironic, but technology is great, but you know, most people buy from people, face to face, engaging with people, listen to their queries, handling their objections, and trying to get them a solution for their farm. So that's what it's all about.
And just a little while ago we were talking to 3 players in the agtech industry as well, and I'm sure like a company such as Lely is no different. This is being driven by the environmental pressures on farmers, the labour shortages that we're seeing on farms. There's a lot of factors here at play that are really kicking on agtech and the innovations that we need to see on farm.
So if I was to look back at agtech in the past, agtech was the driver of agtech was about performance, optimising farm performance in terms of feed conversion efficiencies, live weight gains, more litres, and maybe optimising animal health. But the big drivers today of agtech are lifestyle and labour. So there's a severe shortage of skilled labour on farm, and unavailable labour, like labour is just not there. So people now can trust the technology to try and get jobs done, whether it's automatic calf feeders, automatic heat detection systems, drafting systems. So not only are you saving labour, you know, you're saving your time, allows farmers the freedom and the flexibility to go off and do other things. You know, gone is the day of the housewife, you know, where she might only see the farmer late evening, early mornings, and there's games and there's matches and kids are doing athletics, and like people are busy with hobbies and events, and it's great now that farmers can trust technology to go and do other stuff off farm.
And not to feel guilty to take that break, which is vital as well.
Well, I'm a farmer, and we're all creatures of habit, and sometimes we can be slow to, you know, embrace, accept, and trust the technology. But technology is around. Milking robots are around there 30 years. I think Lely could have 40,000 robots worldwide. So when people come into the stand and they look at it and they quiz it, will it make a cow? You kind of look back and say, guys, this was working 30 years ago. So you can imagine, I don't think there was a mobile phone 30 years ago. And we can see the advancement and the innovation and the improvement in technology over the years. So I'd say people, trust the technology, but you must trust the supplier and then the service provider.
And that comes back to you, Alan, on your side as well, the sales, the service afterwards, and that, you know, if there are tweaks that have to be made, that there is a response there for farmers, and that gives people confidence. You know, if I'm talking to my neighbour and he's installed a robot or he's got some new technology, that word of mouth is crucial.
I would say all robots will milk a cow, there's no doubt about it. But the difference between doing a successful job and having it sustainable and having peace of mind is you have someone that'll plan the install, plan the startup, do a nice little handover, and stay with the farmer and hold his hand for the week or 10 days while he's doing the startup. And be there at the end of the phone or an email or a WhatsApp when there's a problem. There's going to be lots of problems, but they're only little problems. But if there's no one there to answer the phone, a small problem becomes a big problem. And like if a tractor breaks down, there's always a second or third tractor in the yard. But if a robot was to break down, it might be something small. You need someone there at the end of a phone to get them up and running. 90% of our calls can be done remotely, across the phone or via the internet. Very little we have to go to farm, but you need someone to answer a phone. So support and service delivery is key. Now, a lot of people promise it, but very few deliver it.
What are we seeing in terms of trends out there? You were mentioning stuff like automatic calf feeders, you know, time-saving devices like that. Where is the real growth area at the moment?
So the real growth area at the moment would be heat detection and health monitoring technology, whether collars or ear tags. We've been at this for the last 10 or 12 years, but there's a significant growth in the last 2 years. I mean, it's phenomenal, the growth. It's explosive. We moved about 35,000 collars in the last 6 to 9 months.
Because we often hear a mist heat, it's an expensive mist to make.
Well, they say about €250 was what Teagasc would quote, so it would. And if people are looking for a compact calving season, they want to get as many cows in heat on the first or second service. So collars are very, very important. A lot of different brands out there, lots of different service providers, and lots of good stuff out there. So it's a huge growth industry, and saving time, saving labour. And then when you marry that with an automatic drafting gate, now the farmers can select, draft and sort the cows in the pen while from the parlour. Or if the farmer's out looking at the cows and one
And is that all working with this wearable technology then
wearable
on the cows?
technology, but it's on her ear, around her neck, and everything's done via app. So you'll be walking through the paddock, you can see 2 or 3 cows that might be a bit scuttery or scoury. Might say, I need to dose them, I need to bolus them. Come in, put in the app, and they're in the pen after the milking. So very, very safe.
They're waiting for you.
Waiting in the pen for you.
You're not going out into the yard trying to pick them out. Yeah.
Well, okay, I reckon in the next 10 years there'll be drafting gates on every farm, heat detection or wearable device on all farms. We're probably there maybe about 15 to 20% at the moment, but there's room forever. It's dangerous going out into a collecting yard or into a closed pen of 200 cows with 2 or 3 bulls roaming. Very dangerous.
And we spoke about farm safety earlier on today on the live stream, yeah. So
you know all about it. So
that's the main priority.
These suit a lot of farmers. Take out the work, take out the labour, save time, and it's safe.
Yeah, and we spoke about, I suppose, schemes like TAMS, and these technologies cost money. Would you like to see more government supports to help farmers to upgrade and to invest in these type of technologies?
I think so. So we've seen a lot of money spent in the investment of milking facilities. Farmers have put in rotary parlours, they've upgraded their herringbones, and some farmers have got robotic milking. Probably like to see more money spent on areas where there can be more safety on farms, like the drafting gates, maybe heat detection, health monitoring, collars, because every cow will wear a wearable device in the next 10 years. And there's lots of competitors out there, and there's lots of solutions. So I think there's a need there to maybe look at it. And again, it's improving performance. So now you know your cows that are performing, you know your cows that are breeding regularly and irregularly, you know your cystic cows, and you also know your cows that are unhealthy. So it's a way to get the information. So I think there's an opportunity there for investment outside milking equipment for heat detection, health monitoring and drafting.
And how is the market responding to that as well? Our farmers want to invest here as well, but as you said, the confidence has to be there, but there's rapidly changing technologies all the time, and knowing what to invest in and to do your homework, to do your research. Farmers are well able to research.
There's so many technologies out there, and unfortunately not all of them work. Pick a technology that we have what I call a real-time testing. Real-time is that the product's in the market 10 years, so it lasts 10 years. Lots of companies coming to the market with product that's only 2 years in the market, but they're talking about 5-year warranty, maybe 8 to 10 year battery life. That's not real-time testing. That's what we call maybe computer-generated mathematical testing. So look for real-time testing. Look for products that are working on a farm beside you or in a county or someone in a discussion group with you, because there's lots of new products coming in, and everyone says that theirs is the best. But research it. Check out your neighbour. Ask them about the results they're getting. And more importantly, ask them when they have a problem, who's there to back them up and how quickly do they respond. Because that is the key. There's no product 100%. None of our products are. They all break down. They all have their moments, whether it's operator-driven, animal-driven or robotic-driven. But you need to know who's going to be there to sort me out when I have a problem. Because if your robot breaks down, you need someone within minutes. If the heat detection system breaks down, you need someone within hours.
And is that something you'd pride yourselves on in the Lely Centre, that you're there?
In terms of we 50 odd people work for us, I think about 60% of them in service delivery, service installation, service support, service backup. It's all about service. Now it takes, obviously we have a large sales and marketing division to get the name out there, to make sure we get robots on farms. We have a huge customer base there and open days, meetings and events. But service support and service delivery are key and crucial.
Yeah, and I suppose, look, very finally, we've not very much time left, but you've alluded to it there. You're thinking wearables. We're going to see more drafting systems. Where do you see all this going 5-10 years time?
So I think there's going to be there's a lot of automation on farm at the moment. People are looking at automatic foot baths, so they are to foot bath the cows. Serious problem with lameness. People are also looking at automatic feed pushers, pushing in feed, TMR into the cows. If 200 cows in an alley or lane mate pushing in feed, you're increasing feed conversion efficiency. You're bringing the cows to the feed fins. Automatic diet feeding, removing the tractor and the diet feeder and the loader and getting all this. Automatic calf feeding, which is very prevalent and very important. A lot of farmers using it. But there's so much automation out there.
It's a fast-paced world, and we're going to see more innovation in the next 6 months, the next 6 years, and it's going to be the changing face of farming here in Ireland, and to respond to the challenges that are there. Alan, thank you so much for joining us today on the Agriland stand here at the Agriland Pavilion. Alan Heaney, who is the co-owner and founder of the Lely Centre in Mullingar and Efficient Farm Systems. We're going to go back out onto the field now to catch up with some more exhibitors.